We are joined by our General Manager of Football, Simon Lloyd, for the Round 24 health update thanks to GMHBA. Lloydie unfortunately sustained some injuries in Saturday's game against St Kilda. Can you tell us more about these?
Yeah, so Asava Radagalia injured his hamstring, which obviously was obvious during the game, and it's actually the opposite side to the injury he sustained mid-season. Also, Tom Hawkins had a reoccurrence of his hamstring injury, and so that's relatively minor. And Brad Close also had a moderate grade lateral ankle injury. So he was unable to return to the field. So those three players will begin their rehabilitation programs, or they already have begun, and hopefully we'll start to recover and obviously focus on next season.
Big man Rhys Stanley is back and running after missing the game against the Saints on the weekend with an adductor injury. How's he looking ahead of the game against the Dogs?
Yeah, so Rhys obviously suffered the adductor injury, as you just mentioned, and he's running at the moment, and he'll be tested with change of direction and other aspects of measures he needs to tick off throughout the week, and we'll assess his availability in the latter part of this week.
And in positive news, we had two players return via the VFL on the weekand. First up, how did Cam Guthrie go?
Yeah, so Cam got through the game, so successful return from foot injury, which was really positive, albeit it was on modified reduced game time. So we'll probably go a more conservative approach with Cam this week, but again, that decision still needs to be made and assessed throughout the course of the week.
And what about big man Toby Conway?
Yeah, Toby Conway, he had a minor, obviously, ankle injury the previous week and returned and looked really good. He was great in the contest, around the ground. He had a big influence and a really positive game from Toby.
Finally, Lloydie, can you tell us about some of the players who will have surgery this week?
Yeah, so we've obviously needed to be proactive in regards to some of the decisions we've needed to make, and Mark Blitzar's had surgery on his shoulder yesterday, and Gary Rowan will have surgery on his ankle on Wednesday, and Jeremy Cameron will have surgery on his troublesome AC joint. It's been incredible, you know, he's been able to keep going and performing at a certain level, and it's now time to be proactive with that surgery on his AC joint, which will be on Thursday.
And we've got our final game at home this weekend against the Bulldogs this week, Lloydie, and it's also member thank you round. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, it's obviously it's going to be great to play our last game at home this season, and member thank you round. We appreciate all the support from our fans and members, and it's going to be great to see potentially some new faces running around in the hoops, and so everyone, you know, get to GMHBA Stadium this weekend and look forward to taking it on. And also it's very exciting with the AFLW season about to commence, and we're counting down the days.
Awesome, thanks Lloydie.